If you're a beginner in Jiu-Jitsu, try to add this sweep combination to your game. We're going to look at a Kimura Sweep today. So my partner is going to start in my guard. Max has his hands on my hips, especially no-gi when people have their hands back like this and we feel that our partner's a little bit high, right? I can't reach to his head. He's almost leaning back. The sit-up sweep or the Kimura Sweep becomes a great option of attack. The first thing I'm going to do is control Max's wrists, and I'm going to raise my hips up. And if you notice, something happens when I raise my hips. Max's hips shift back when I push my feet down, keeping them locked. And this allows me to bring my hands back behind my head and then sit up to my right elbow and post all the way to my right hand. I want to build all the way up to my right hand. I unlock my feet. I curl my right heel around Max's leg here, and my left foot's going to be posted. I want to reach past Max, and finally I'm going to tap either at his back or his tricep and drive him straight over into mount. So again, the Kimura Sweep itself looks like this. We come out, we raise our hips and control the wrists. 1. Our hands come behind our head. As we roll, I go elbow, hand. Look how high I get off the floor here. And more importantly, notice how I roll to my hand. If I just try to do a sit up here, this is tough. It's hard to get all the way up on my hand if I'm trying to make this a core exercise. When I roll, I come over like I'm doing a technical stand-up. Elbow, forearm, hand. I want my hips as high off the floor as I can get. And that works by pulling my left foot close to my butt and raising my hips. I raise up. I want my belt line up by Max's chest. My right hand gets as close to my body as possible. I don't want it down here like this. And that allows me to have the height to be able to carry him all the way over and drive him into mount. Okay? Let's look at this from a few different angles here. So Max is in my closed guard. I'm going to raise my hips, bring my hands back. As I come up, notice how I have my left foot close to my butt, my right leg curled. I'm going to sweep him straight over. Again, Max here. I come out, control the wrist, raise my hips. Look how my feet shift back. My hands come behind me. I roll up. Look how I have this foot close. Now I can drive Max all the way over into a mounted position. What's really nice about the Kimura Sweep is even if my partner knows it's coming, if I can get a good hip bump and make him post the hand, now Max has given me a reaction. And so even if he gives a reaction, I have other attacks. So I have another sweep, and then I have a submission on top of it. So the second looks like this. Max is in my closed guard. I throw the Kimura Sweep the same way, but this time when I get up to my hand, Max posts his hand. If you notice something here, I've already broken Max's base. His hips are kind of low. In a situation like this, it's going to be tough for Max to push me back down. But obviously, I can't just go to my sweep because his hand's on the floor. What I don't want to do is just allow Max to put me back down to my back because I already started the sweep. So when I come up and I break his posture, I'm going to take my left hand and grab Max's wrist. And now I pull it to my hip. And I drive him straight over into mount. So I finish the sweep even if Max posts his hand because I've broken his posture. Remember, there's a difference between me getting to here, his posture is not broken, and here. His posture is broken. Look how far back he's leaning. Now I catch the wrist and I pull it straight to my hip and we finish in mount. Okay? Our third attack from here is when my partner's base does not get broken. His posture's pretty good. And not only does he post his hand, but he's also driving back into me pretty hard. In a situation like this, I start attacking the submission that is the Kimura. Okay, it's a Kimura Sweep. So we threaten the sweep to then get our submission. That's going to look like this. I control, my hands come behind me. As I sit up, Max posts. Look how tight he is to me. I feel that I can't even break his posture. My right hand is going to catch Max's wrist. And all I'm going to do is fall. As my right hand grabs the wrist, my left hand's just dangling. Here. My left hand meets my right wrist. I start putting Max's hand in his pocket. And from here, I start to hip escape out. 1, 2. I reconnect my legs. If I have short legs, I just pinch my knees. And now from here, I'm going to push Max's hand up his back and get a strong finish on the Kimura. From the Kimura, I don't want Max's hand out here. Max is much more flexible here, and he can also start to roll his wrist to escape the Kimura. When I catch this bite, I want to put his hand tight to his pocket, almost like I'm stabbing him here with his own hand. I'm on my side, and now I start pushing up his back. All right, so again, the Kimura looks like this. My hands come behind. I come all the way up. Look how Max caught himself. Now my right hand meets his wrist. My left hand's just waiting. Look, as I fall, I catch. 1, 2, hand to the pocket. As soon as I get the hand to the pocket, I'm going to move my hips out. Here. I make sure that my legs stay tight so Max doesn't pass my guard. And now I slowly push his hand up his back, and I get a strong finish on the Kimura. What I like about the Kimura sweep, again, is it's kind of a three-pronged attack. I can throw the sweep, I can throw that secondary sweep, and I can also submit him. One crucial mistake that people make a lot when they play this Kimura from the Kimura sweep is they don't put enough heat on the initial sweep to make their partner actually post their hand. So I see a lot of people, they're trying to use move A, or the first move, to get to move C, the Kimura. And so they do it like this, and they end up getting nothing because Max didn't put his hand to the floor. So I need to actually threaten the sweep. If I just do this, Max never posts his hand. I need to threaten that he's going to fall. When I do that, now I can start catching and actually making this happen. So this is how we set someone up. This is one of the most basic fundamental ways to set someone up using a sweep to get a submission. Guys, now that we've seen one of the first sweeps I think you should learn as a white belt, now let's look at one of the first passes I think you should learn as a white belt. You can click right here to see that. If you want our full jiu-jitsu library, everything you need from white belt to black belt, you can try it free for 7 days right here.